Let's talk about these lies that you told, how they worked out for you.
Your Honor, and with respect to the commentary, I object.
You said you were facing, what was it, 190?
189.
189 years?
Yeah.
Okay. You pled guilty to that 2015 case in what, 2017?
Late
Objection,
2017.
asked and answered.
Late 2017.
Late 2017, and you were,
I was
out of those 189 years, how much time did you end up serving?
like 28 months in Rice Street, but I had another case I was fighting to.
Right, and you ended up getting 28 months, actually 27 months in Rice Street, total sentence for the shooting case and the gun case, correct?
Nah, I had beat the gun charge, but they ain't never
Whatever that case is.
what case?
19
This one
SC. Oh, you're talking about their federal case.
Nah, you say I had like 4 or 5 open cases at the time.
Okay. The bottom line is, we just talking about this one case, facing, in your mind, 189 years. You get 27 months.
But I still had other cases too.
And were they wrapped into the 27 months?
Nah, they was separate.
Okay. So you got 27 months for that shooting case. You got to go home as soon as you pled, right? As soon as they released you from jail, you got credit for time served, release time served, right?
No, I said Rice Street I got credit for time served in court, but I still had to sit some more.
6 more months, then you got to go home?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're on probation?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Zachary, you've admitted to buying a gun for Kenneth Copeland, correct?
Yes.
You've admitted to being in possession of guns that were on the scene of multiple shootings.
Yes.
Okay. You admitted to being present and making a video with Antonio Sledge threatening to shoot Shell Cal.
Yes.
Okay. You admitted to posing in a picture. Oh, that video with Antonio Sledge?
Yeah.
That's part of this indictment, correct?
I don't know.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
Foundation.
If he doesn't know, he doesn't know.
Foundation. Relevance. The jury has the indictment.
You admitted to posing in a picture with gun pointed at the camera with Demikion Garlington?
Yes.
With the caption, "We bring homicide"?
Yes.
That's charged in this indictment, right?
Objection, Your Honor.
You don't know?
Sustained.
Okay. Were you ever put on this indictment?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. Foundation.
Were you ever charged under this indictment?
Nah, they knew they ain't never wanted to charge me.
Okay. Okay. So you were facing 189 years.
Objection. Asked and answered.
I don't know what the rest of the question is going to be.
You served 27 months, and then you were left off this indictment.
Objection.
Right?
Asked and answered, Judge.
Yes, sustained.
You would agree that the lies you told back in 2015 and 2017, it worked out pretty well for you, didn't it?
Objection, Your Honor. Improper question, bolstering.
Overruled.
Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I never took no plea, even when they were offering. I never took no plea.
I understand.
And I got right out and met with Shannon lawyer and told him I was lying. Like,
Was that me?
no, he had another lawyer.
Okay.
But I never, even my last case I just caught, they were offering pleas for, I was locked up 4 or 5 months. They offering pleas to my upcoming cases. I never knew what they were. I never took no plea. I said 4 more years, even when they were offering me time served.
Okay.
I never wanted to take no plea to go home. I was just young at the time, and as I learned,
The truth is, Mr. Zachary, that You did lie, and you didn't want to be here today.
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Okay? You didn't want to be here today because you knew these lies were going to come out.
No, I wanted to be here. That way I can clear the lies up. Like, I've been trying for years. This ain't nothing new. As his old lawyer, I've been trying to clear them up. This ain't new. They know that.
You're on probation?
Yes.
Okay. Until recently, you had an attorney, correct?
I never knew about the attorney until he showed up while I was in the hospital.
Okay. But
Yes.
that is correct?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware that in open court,
Objection, Your Honor, as to whether or not I'd ask that the witness be required to give a foundation for anything done while he wasn't in here, considering the rule of sequestration.
involved him, were
I
you
don't know why the
aware
question's
that
coming.
in open court, DA Love wanted to remind your attorney
Objection,
that
Your
you're on
Honor,
20 years
that is
probation?
not relevant, and that is improper, and Mr. Schardt knows that.
Sustained.
I have no further questions.
All right. Any other defense counsel have questions?
Thank you, Mr. Zach.
The court hear an objection that the state has regarding the last line of questioning by Mr. Schardt. When the state objected based on the beginning of his question, and Mr. Schardt asked the question that he did, are you aware that the district attorney told your attorney that you face 20 years of probation? This is not the first such kind of question regarding something that is improper that has come up. And I would ask the court to remind counsel that those types of, that's not an appropriate line of questioning. It's not a relevant line of questioning. And it's just an attempt to essentially cast aspersions on opposing counsel. And I don't think that that is proper, at least not the question that he asked.
Your Honor, I wasn't casting aspersions on opposing counsel. I was casting aspersions of what opposing counsel did. I couldn't
Same
believe.
thing, Your Honor.
Can I finish? I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it when I was in court the other day, and a DA is sitting there talking to, in open court, to the attorney of a witness, and is openly saying, "I just want to remind him he's on probation for 20 years. I mean it." And my thing is, she knows why she said it.
Your Honor,
That message was to be relayed to to Quindarius Zachary. That's the only reason it would be said in open court. And I assume that Mr. Scheib, in his short tenure as attorney for Mr. Zachary, conveyed that message, because that message was made loud and clear in open court. And Mr. Scheib was not the one that needs to testify, according to the state. Mr. Scheib's not the one on probation. Mr. Zachary is. So yes, when the state says about a state's witness to their attorney in open court, I just want to remind him he's on probation for 20 years, and I'll charge him with perjury and we'll revoke his probation, whatever was said, I'll rely on the transcript. Yeah, I assume that message has been relayed to the witness, and I do believe it was intimidation. I'm not going to sit here and say it's witness intimidation and all that. I'm not saying that, Judge. What I'm saying is intimidation in the colloquial layman's term sense. It was a message that was sent, and I wanted to see if he received the message, because that is relevant to his bias and motive in testifying.
Your Honor, Mr. Schardt knows that, number one, all of the things that he's representing as being said weren't said, and he still knows that that was an improper question to place before this witness. And to the extent that any attorney is asked something outside the presence of the witness, to ask the witness, was he aware of something that was said outside of his presence? Mr. Schardt has no good faith basis for asking the witness a question. It is not relevant whether or not the witness's attorney, some other person, was told that his client should not commit perjury. And I don't think all of what Mr. Schardt said was even what was actually said. But the question that he asked the witness was not a proper question. It was just an attempt to paint a lie to the jury that someone is trying to intimidate this witness, when frankly, the only person that the witness has been friendly to is all of his friend Shannon's lawyers. And Mr. Scheib is talking to Mr. Stillwell's lawyer, and Mr. Scheib is representing Mr. Zachary. So the idea that somehow the state is trying to intimidate a witness is ludicrous, when this, and that the lie that he's putting before the jury that that is what is happening is improper, and he knows it's improper. And I would ask that the court keep him from making those types of false assertions, false representations, misleading representations before the jury under 403.
Note, Your Honor, that not one time when Mr. Zachary was on the stand did I claim that Miss Love intimidated him. I never used the word intimidate in front of the jury. I'm talking about. What I said was, are you aware that Miss Love talked about your, I can't quote directly, but talked about you're still on 20 years probation, which was said. I don't even independently know how many years probation is. The only reason I know is because Miss Love said it in open court. So everything was factual. And, I think it's relevant when a DA is saying, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with Miss Love. If people are difficult witnesses, we all deal with difficult witnesses in different ways. So I'm not even trying to judge what she said or how she said it. All I'm saying is it was said. And I wanted to know if he got that message, because that message was clearly intended for him. It wasn't intended for Dennis Scheib.
Well, I'm not sure that's true, because at the time, I don't think they had yet negotiated the terms of the immunity deal. But, Ms. Love, your objection was sustained. So that's really all there is to it.
Your Honor, I think the main thing to it is that Mr. Schardt he talked.
Ms. Love, I'm going to take a bathroom break, okay? I haven't had one for the last couple of times that everybody else has.